Hi everyone, it's Maria and I'm doing the spring reading book tag. I was tagged by Happily Ever Esh at her channel and I will go ahead and link her video below. I'm really excited to do this tag because I've been kind of on a reading high lately. So I will jump right in with the questions and try not to make it too long. Number 1, what books are you planning on reading for the next few months? So many. I am participating in Tome Topple-a-thon currently, and I'm really, really so happy with the books that I'm reading. Right now I'm reading Fall of Giants by Ken Follett, which is book 1 in the Century trilogy. I'm adoring this, so I know that I will be picking up the other books in the trilogy. I have also been reading, this one I'm doing as a buddy read with Nikima over at Mrs. R's Books and Things. This one is Jane Eyre, and I'm reading it with Krista over at Books and Jams, and Catherine from Jane Catherine on Books. So that's also exciting. And then Van Gogh, A Life. This book is also making my heart sing, and I saw it over on Crystal Marsh's channel. So thank you so much, Crystal, because I will be purchasing this and marking it up a lot. I'm really enjoying that. Other than that, I will be reading a lot more books about Shakespeare or Shakespeare retellings because his birthday's this month, as well as more poetry collections because it's National Poetry Month and I hadn't really done a lot of that lately. So I'm excited about diving into that. Hopefully I'll also get a chance to pick up the Mad Adam trilogy as well as the Chaos Walking trilogy. There are so many books that I want to pick up in the next few months. I don't know if I'll have time for all of them, but that's what I'm excited about. Number 2, what book makes you think of spring? Okay, I know I've been talking about it a lot lately, but The Secret Garden, Frances Hodges Burnett, this book is spring to me because it makes me feel like new growth and new developments are possible for anybody and any place as long as you work hard and let a little beating art into your life. Also, Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. I mean, come on, it's definitely a spring book, and I'm excited about that one because we are going to be doing party school book club about Charlotte's Web with my kids and some of their friends at the end of the month. So yes, those books make me think of spring. Number 3, days are getting longer. What is the longest book you've read? Probably Deathly Hallows. I haven't really kept track of my books up until about 3 years ago. So there could have been something longer before then. But I know when I'm done with this book will be the longest book that I have read, and it's totally worth it. So I might be getting over my fear of big books, people. This is very exciting for me, and it's one of my 2017 goals, so I'm thrilled. Number 4, what book would you recommend to brighten someone's day? This one was also pretty easy for me. Hyperbole and a Half by Allie Brosh. She is a blogger, but she does a lot of like fun illustrations. She talks about incidents from her childhood and she kind of blows them up and talks about just the humor in them. I love this book for so many reasons. One of the chapters is called Cake God, and I've read this out loud to my kids several times. It's about her as like a 4-year-old who's desperate to get her grandfather's birthday cake and what great lengths she goes to make her acquisition. It's just, reading it as a parent especially is so funny because you look at the role of her mother in this and you're just like, oh my gosh, this totally would happen with a kid. There's lots of funny things in here. But I also appreciate that she talks about depression and what it looks like from being inside of it, especially in juxtaposition of people who are not in a depressed mindset and how it's really hard sometimes. So this book got me through a miscarriage. It got one of my friends through waiting for her spouse visa to move to another country. I've given it to several people who've needed a laugh, and this one's always delivered. So number 5, spring brings new life to nature. What books do you wish exist that don't? And I think this one took a while for me to think about it. I might write books at some point. I don't really know. So I have some ideas for books in my head. But I was watching, I don't remember which channel. I will look it up. And he was talking about how his grandma had a journal of all the books that she read and what she thought of them for the last 40 years or so. And that to me, I wish I had that from my grandma. She was a big reader. I actually used her as inspiration to make a book tag of myself, of my own, the Reader Role Model book tag, if you want to do it. But she, for me, was just such a reader, such a fun person, and I miss her, and I wish that I had a journal of all the books she read. So I'm constantly looking around, trying to remember things, and of course I don't know, not in that mindset when I wish I would have kept more accurate notes, I guess, of what she talked about. But yes, that's what I wish, and I am definitely going to do a better job of keeping track of what books I read, so one day my potential grandchildren will have that. I thought that was just so cool. Number 6, spring is a time of growth. How has your reading changed over the years? It's changed a lot of different ways. I make more of an effort to read diversely now. So I look at seeking out more authors of different races, religions, countries, languages for me, just because I value that so much. That's one thing that's changed. Another thing that's changed is I recognize the importance of reading both nonfiction and fiction equally. And I actually just did a video on this, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. But for me, that's really important. Another thing that has changed dramatically, besides the fact that I keep track of what books that I read, I have definitely increased my reading. We don't have TV reception anymore, and I'm fine with that. We don't have Netflix. There's maybe 1 or 2 shows. I'm kind of considering getting it just for the Anne of Green Gables series. But yeah, we mostly don't do TV anymore. And that means I read a lot more. So I think 3 years ago was the first year I kept track of how many books I read. And I think I read about 72. Then the year after that, I read 90 something. And then this past year, I read 133 books, which boggles my mind that I managed to do that. So that's been increasing steadily. I don't know what the cap limit is, but yeah, that's how my reading has changed. Number 7, how is your 2017 reading going? Well, my big goals were to, number 1, get over my fear of big books. So Tome Topple-a-thon, bravo. I'm definitely getting over my fear of big books. I've read a few already this year, and I'm setting myself up to read 3 or 4 this month. I think that's incredible. So yeah, that's good. Number 2 goal was I think I set my Goodreads goal at like 75 or something because I wanted to encourage myself to read longer books. But I'm already at about 40 books, 39, 40 books, I think. So I'm not concerned about my Goodreads goal so much. That's going to be reached, no problem. But I just want the quality of literature to go up and for me to get over this big book fear. So great. My year's going great. Number 8, do you have any spring plans that you're really excited about? Yes. I will link below a video that I actually am filming next after this of kind of what our homeschool and life is going to look like in the next few months. But the other things that I'm looking forward to, my husband and my best friend and her husband are going to do a Bourbon Trail trip next month, so I'm excited about that. We've never gotten to go on vacation with them. At least I think we might have done it in college, but it's been a really long time. So that'll be fun. I get to have Easter with my family next week, and that will be exciting because it's the first time my mom has been in the country. She's normally traveling with students, and her spring break changed. So it's the first time my mom will be in the country in almost 20 years, I think, which is just fun. Other things I'm excited about, playing outside, nature time, cuddling. We just got a new sectional couch, so I'm excited about reading on that a lot more because our other couch was starting to hurt my back. So those are some things that I'm excited about. The people that I'm going to tag, Belinda over at Belinda's Book Nook, Amber at Amber Eats Books, and Tori at That Way Book. Yeah, That Crazy Book Nook. I can't read my handwriting anymore. So, and also if you just want to do this video, go ahead and do it. Don't wait for somebody to tag you on it. That's crazy. Just do whatever you want, people. This is your channel for a reason. I will talk to you all later, and happy spring. Bye.